Hello, folks. Hope you had all of you had a good new year. So happy New Year, everyone. Today is Jan 2nd, and we have the futures open. And currently, it is around 47.78. So last Friday it closed around 58 or 61, somewhere there it closed. It's still holding this area. So our level was 47.61 and it is operating in that range for the past 2 days. Thursday, Friday, we had 2 down days or rather some pullback from the all-time highs. But it is still holding that 47.61 area, and Friday it closed right around it. And today, after the futures opened, it moved up. So as long as this area is holding, we can see some retest of the high and going up to test towards XPX had made the high above 4800, and ES had just left a quarter. 99.75, yes, 99.75 was the high, and then it pulled back from there, coming down to the support at 47 level at 47.61. So we'll see if there is any interest below this or above this. So the idea is to test back I think on lower time frame we can see that more clearly. So chop it did for a few days, and then pulled back below this line and came down almost to the low was 50.50, and this was like around 44 was a level, and also the previous all-time high. So look, I was actually looking for it to test back here, so that some pressure is released. But the first cut was it was holding 47.61 level, so all is good. So we'll see, this 47.75 or so. I think Friday also, that was the challenge area. It tried to go up till 47.75 and it kept throwing back. It tried so many times on Friday, kept going, and then getting in the last few minutes just before the close, it crashed a few 10-15 points, I guess. And then, and closed at the low. But the futures have opened up again, and looks like it's still maintaining here. So for tomorrow's session, we'll see whether if this gaps up, then any interest to come back and fill the gap, that would be the thing. And then where it wants to do. So ideally this is what we will see, what side of this it wants to trade, this side, or in this in this small range, or some pullback below here. So it's clear 1, 2, 3 area it can play around a little bit. And SPY also yes, so it did close above 474 and it's still good. So we'll see whether losing 474 or holding on to 474 would matter on short terms, because this is a very big move. See, the low was 451 and it went all the way till 479. So that's a big jump and almost a straight line. So some pressure release is expected. Otherwise, it may not be able to sustain any move ups going on. So test back here. I was thinking of testing back 473 first cut, and then somewhere down. But due to Santa Rally or New Year's or low volume, it was still hanging on there, and which was good. But looks like RTY was holding so much better than ES. So it didn't move down much big, but it did not break out here to go and fill up the gap here, which is there in IWM and around 228. So this area was holding, and now we want it to at least go out of this. So again, in this area, in this area, in this area. So this will clearly define what. So but I'm thinking, go back up here and fill that gap on IWM. Yeah, this gap here. So it's still operating around this line. So relatively better strength in IW than SPY and QQQ. Yeah. So QQQ, it had an issue holding above 401, 401, 4063. Yeah, what was the high? 404. So yeah, this area 404, 405 was an issue area. It couldn't hold 401. That is more meaningful, and now it is here. So again, some clustering here. So we'll see whether it has any interest. 398 below, and then we have this area open up again, and then again tomorrow there's a gap up. So greater than 401 would still mean some strength. BIA was also strong, I guess. It looks like BIA is so much better than, in at least looks more cleaner, and it didn't come down to rest on this line. So let's see how it wants to do. The new year week, how they want to open. Monday, Tuesday, they want to keep up and then relax a little bit, or because the other thing is. The earnings would start very soon. The bank's earning, the tech earning would start very soon, and the pressure would be on for them to, how they want to go. Now, what I felt was that most of the later part of December or the Santa rally was between Tesla and S&P. So it was mostly about these two only going about their stuff. So Tesla did at least went up till here 1125, almost till 1125, and then it kind of more consolidation sideways. So still holding this area 1063 and 2057. As long as it's hold here, it may again go and retest back up, but below 1025 is again can act as strong supports. So for now, as a bigger hold, I'm looking, somewhere around 1000. If it holds 1000, then it still has a chance to push back up. But holding 1057 would be a better chance. So it still has. So if this was to be looked, and there is no movement in the indices, or not much movement in the indices, and this wants to waste some time in this area, that's also okay. And then we'll see whether break out of here, or some interest to go down and then go up. So but Tesla can move, especially its earnings is also coming up. So it will all be depending on whether they want to burn the premium or reward the premium before the earnings, at least some before the earnings. That would be a good idea. So I'll be looking where price is with respect to this line, below this, above this, and then on Monday, where does it open, closer to 1100, or closer to this kind of flattish, and then that would give some idea of what it wants to do or play. So yeah, so this would be a good idea to see whether to short below or to go long above. At least I would still be looking at smaller plays until ES can burn off some pressure, markets can burn off some pressure and want to. Oh, this looks like a good nice consolidating flag. See, so this can be the bull flag, but there's this gap is also filled, but there's one gap here. That gap is around, oh my god, okay, 940, 937. That's okay. We'll see how it wants to do. This black flag, they want to break it out, or roam around somewhere in this range. Amazon, the deadest of the one this year, or at least later part of the year. Again, no traction for this. It tries about it goes here, wants to try, but keeps throwing back down, but it's still in a very, very tight range. 3365 still hasn't found a good traction to be above, and 3450 still hasn't found a good support system to be above. So this lower region is more active than trying to go for the higher region. So again, just not very good in terms of premium playing. Netflix, I think Netflix would be the first one to report earnings. Um, got rejected again here around 618 or so, and now back down. This is around 598, 600. This holds somewhere here. Then still a good chance for it to, break out of this and, a little small head and inverse head and shoulder go in. But again, sits same, this area to play around or go out of this, or, try to come back inside this. That would, we would know above 618, or, holding 598-ish, 600 or so, then you have this smaller area to play, and then this here. So it's kind of a little bit more, let's just say that it's the price level is a little bit more cleaner if we want to, go scalping or a small day trade or something. Then we know, okay, this range, this range, this smaller range, and then this range, and then we'll have some this range. So there is still a lot, tons of plays around it to go. FB, Facebook, not able to hold. Okay, so it closed on 336, but still holding 334. 334-ish. Again, went out still, but again, this area 350s was still posing a problem. It tried to hold on to 344 for at least a couple of days, and I was thinking, okay, it would hold, but given the weakness in, or rather giving the releasing the pressure out in the indices, and this was, so it did come down and fill the gap, and let's see if this holds and then wants to go back up again. That would be a good idea. Yeah, so let's see if after filling this gap, there's some interest. So this could be, a good bounce. Oops, sorry. Yeah. So this does looks like playing kind of in a channel. So so look for this to hold. If this holds, then you can play it back up here, but it goes down, then there is still some money to be made. But considering how this year wants to start out, or how they want to do the stuff, the earnings can get tricky. So let's see. We'll just play by the ear. I'll be closely going over my levels and sticking to smaller plays versus trying to make it out, because unless and until the market gives a good indication, it's better to profit and keep your money or have small losses. Google again, below 2900, so again 2870s. Hold is good, or jump back above this 2920, I guess 1920, and then you have again play, go above this, then you have some long short and stay here. You have some short, go short here, not short but short with an RT, go short, so again this would give. So Google, I was still looking for the 3025 to 3125 or so level to go, but so far it hasn't been able to break out of this line. So this is still still in tight ranges. I think most of the things are in tight ranges and not. So Apple also, again, it went out of this line, was holding along this line, and Friday's close was a little bit lower, but as long as this 176, 176.5 is held, it may try to push back up again. A lot of people are looking for it to hit 185s, but I simply wanted to hit 183.1 cent. Question is, will it be able to do it in time? Because if it want to do it before the earning or post earnings, or have no interest doing it this earning season. So we will see. But as long as it's holding 175 area here, somewhere here, it can still push it out. So again, below the low of this, come down towards 175, hold, and then go back up, or maintain this area here, and then you know, go back up here. So you have some small play here, or some premium burn here, and then above this we can above 179 180, we can still see something going back up. Now it looks like weekly has, the whole point is, like, looks, could be that weekly is kind of consolidation after this big move up. This was December. One What was the low on December? 164, and the high was 179. But I guess, yeah, where had I seen it? Or was it a monthly candle? Probably 157 to 182, and this is 147 to 165. So good considerable move it had done. So some consolidation does make sense. So we look out for 175 area to hold on here. Now I was trying to see some financials, what they are up to, and this does looks like some consolidation is going on, or I don't know, maybe distribution, who knows, as long as it's okay. So this is a tight area, and this is around 39 or so. And if it goes above this, then we have some place to look for it to go up, or it could some waste some more time, I guess. Yeah, 38, somewhere around 38, if it can hold, then I would like it to push it up. GS has been in a range for a long time. This, after it made its new high, 400 something, 426, I guess. Yeah, it did pull back, released pressure, and now and then ton of ranges. Nothing, no new move from it. So it has been in tight range, and just hanging around this line. But what I'm thinking is, if it did here, it came back, and it still wants to hold here, then a retest of this area of this zone is still pending. So I would like to see it go up and retest this high one more time, go back up and test here. So it has been making lower highs for some time. So as long as we are above this line, I would like to go back and see, um, somewhere like something like this, go back and test this area, and give a retest of the high. JPM, same thing, looks like. Oops, it made a new high and then did nothing. So again, JPM is also in a tight range. Again, hold this area or this zone, and then you can see that it may have some interest to go back up. Uh, yeah, it does have some tight areas, and as long as it's oh, 157, 155, yeah, or this is coming around 147, 148. As long as it's above this, so currently it's roaming in this area. We definitely want to see it go back up here. Again, 163 looks like can be an issue for it. I think this daily may show that well. Yeah, so here, this 162, 163 is a congestion zone for it. It has been getting thrown off here, here, here. So if it gets out of here, then we see go back to the retest of 166, and then probably a retest of the high towards 172. But again, if it is trading below that, then we have some more down moves coming down there. BAC, Bank of America, okay. So again, this looks a little bit more clearer above this line or below this line. Okay, so it's more clear. At least the chart is more cleaner, not too many spikes. So, it's been operating above this zone. So again, we will see around above 45, this may look good. Going text here, there's a gap. Looks like there's a gap here, 48. 48 would be the gap to fill, so it may give you 3 points if it goes above 45. And below here, let's say if it holds 43-ish, then good to go back up and spike, and then 43 lower, 43, 42 hold is what? 43, 42-ish is what we're looking to hold, to test. But we will know clearly, below this, in this range, and then out of this range. Kind of things a lot more simpler, operating in 3 ranges. So we know, okay, above this, below this, or in this tight channel. That's how things have been flowing. So one of the things which I've been trading was Roblox. Okay. So I had put out 4 stocks: Roblox, Rivian, and FB and UPST. So I've been playing that, and this has been good. It has been holding this line, and it did fill the gap here, and nothing is happening. So we want it to go over around 106 to have an interest on this side to test this 112.14 to this 125 area. It may give good, nice 10 to 6 to 10, 15 points if it can, stay over this. And then of course we know that once it loses this area, then there's this huge gap over here to fill. So this is the line in the sand for line in this line in the sand. Okay. Rivian Autos. So Rivian is again tight range. Though it is still operating above this, it is not able to break out of this. So again, 106 area is still a blockage, looks like, for this. And we do want it to go above this to again test this 116 to 120, 25 range. It can give some good points if at all it can, but the good thing was Roblox and Rivian, even though the indices were a little bit weaker and trying to pull back, these two were holding off well. So that's a good sign. Upstart again, very, very tight range. It did, what we had intended to do earlier. From here, it went here and also went to 163, and then happily got rejected here, but still operating around this line. So it's just, vibrating around this line again. The indices were having the pullback. So again, we want to see this 150 area hold and try to push it out of this 163 to test back up again here. There's tons of potential if it wants to stick above this. So this could be a nice play. Looks like this year, if at all we get traction above this. There's tons of movement which can happen, because see, this weekly is a very straight line. So if at all it wants to move up above this, that's, you could get easily 30, 50 points on this one. The 50% is around 266, or 230 or so, so easily 50 to 100 points it can give, provided there is good enough interest above this. At least a 50% retracement can give approximately 100 points. Now it's 150, and so around 260 or so could be another 100 points. So this is one of the things to keep an eye on and keep in your watch list. Then we have AMD. This has been the darling of the market for some time. One of the things is, though it has been trying to go out of this, what is this number, around 145, 146, it's not able to stay above. It did go back and retest the high at 157, and it's back again here. Now, if there is strength in the market, it's above this line, then we think that this may, go back more up. That actual level of the price cycle was 169. It didn't touch that. It was a little bit under 165. It went and it pulled back. So one of the things still pending is to hit 169, though I still consider the cycle price to be done at because it was within 25% to 50% of the level. So, you know, it's so it doesn't have to go and hit 169. If it goes and hit, it's very good. But if it doesn't, then that's fine too. So technically for me, the price cycle target is done. I consider it done. So then the only thing what we are looking for now is what it wants to do after this hit its price cycle. Does it have any interest to taking out and, you know, giving a new print for the future, or it will, you know, pull back some, or, you know, drag for some time and then give a move to either side, either this here or this here. So we will see that. Now, one more thing which I want to say here is this is a weekly chart. Let's say it doesn't have any interest over here, then so this did almost 80% retracement. So the reason I'm putting this out is here is, you know, just play it by a ear, a little bit cautious, because it did hit the retest at around 80%, which is good enough for the retest of the high, kind of a bearish ABC as we call it. So if no interest here and it doesn't stay over here convincingly, then break this low, it can easily come down here, you know, to the late 122s or more down. This was kind of the breakout zone. So, you know, so just be aware of, you know, how it wants to play out. Just something to keep an eye on. But the monthly is still an inside month, so that's fine too. So, you know, just be a little bit aware of that. That's all. Nvidia, again, this is an inside month, very good move. So this is June 19th. June 19th, it was $32. Oh wow, from $32 to 350. Oh, this is like tons of good move. I do have a higher target on this one, 529. I had posted out in the feed for this one. So this is there, but it has not been able to stay above 344, I think. 30, oh, yeah. So I think it should be above 344 in order to keep moving higher towards the newer price cycle target. But looks like this area is still an issue for it. So 289 is the line in sand for Nvidia, which I've been looking at, because that was the price cycle target. So it has been holding this 289, but having an issue around 306, 313, 312, somewhere here, this line. And again, similar to AMD, is it making a bearish ABC, or, you know, have some interest to go back up? So something to just keep an eye on, which side of the price action it's trying to do. Below there are tons of support. One of them is the biggest, which has been holding on to, is 289. So that's there. So for me, above this or below 289 is what I'm looking at for Nvidia. Yeah. So that's there. But again, look for the reason I shortlisted these is because these are the ones, the tech is the one which is having the earnings, and then the financials are the ones which will be having the earnings very soon. So these two sectors will define how the market is trading in general, and these are the ones, you know, with some good setups. And of course, Roblox, Rivian, and UPST, look for some follow through to upside if based on the levels I have shown. Those can give some good plays, and let's hope for the best. And let's see, 2022. Let us make some good money on it, or at least play safe a little bit and protect our gains. So watch the video, like it, and like my Twitter page. My Twitter is Nargis007. Like, follow, retweet it if you like my content. Looking forward to talking to you guys again. Thank you.